Hello, thanks for joining us for PC today. I'm Nicole Colombo.
And I'm Michelle Thompson. Today's show is all about spring break. Teens and college students escape to cities and beaches around the world to party all day and night before school starts again.
All that can be a lot of fun, but spring break is also a time where bad things could happen. Things like drinking and driving and sexual assault.
Joining us today to talk about how to be safe in spring break is Ashley Rodriguez. She has done some research and wrote an article for Piedmont College Navigator about how to be safe during spring break. Thanks for being with us, Ashley.
Of course.
So what made you decide on researching and how to be safe during spring break?
Well, first, my dad is a firefighter and he's all about safety. So I wanted to make sure that I was safe not only for him, but for myself and for my friends. I kind of took on a leadership role in order to, make sure that we stay safe and we had a good budget and just made sure we had a really good time while being safe.
So where did you go exactly last summer, or last spring break?
Last spring break, we went on a cruise to the Bahamas. It was really, really fun. It was a 5-day cruise, and their safety is kind of more closed in, where the spring break before we went to Daytona, so it was more of a city. And on a cruise ship, it's a little bit more safe than in a large city. So it was a little bit different, but we still had a really good time, and we made sure to stay safe.
That's great. Well, I believe from your experience and from some research, you've gathered some tips on how to be safe on spring break.
Sure did. A few of them is just some random ones are create a code word. When you're out with your friends and you say this code word, that means you're uncomfortable or you don't feel safe and you want to get out of the situation as soon as possible. Also, students forget to put on sunscreen or don't drink in the sun, because the sun and the heat can make the things 2 times more likely to happen. And people also forget, don't drink and drive. That's the most important thing that all students need to remember. Drinking and driving is very dangerous. It can end life. So I think it's very important.
Yeah, definitely. You mentioned a code word.
Yes.
Have you and your friends had to use a code word? Or what was it?
It was purple. It was purple. I mean, everyone's favorite color. No, it was purple, and we actually did have to use it a couple of times when we felt we're women and we're vulnerable in some situations, so the word purple and getting out of the situation, it needed to happen. So that was our code word for spring break. It's a good word.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Mine would be like, get me out of here. That's it.
You don't want to make them,
Yeah.
you don't want to know that that's the code word though. You want to stay safe, So.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'll probably just be freaking out.
Keep it on the DL.
I know the person was like, purple. I was like, don't worry about it. It's purple.
So I'm assuming you've encountered some awkward or uncomfortable situations where you started to become fearful for your safety?
Yes. Like I said, it was a situation where I just felt really uncomfortable. At the time, I was underage and someone was offering me drinks and I felt very uncomfortable. I didn't feel like that was okay. So I ended up getting my group of friends back together, which is also very important, and we ended up leaving where we were. So it ended up being better than I thought it was going to be, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm glad that turned out
Yes.
good.
So being in a big group is definitely one big tip for spring break.
Oh, yes, and staying together at all times. Don't leave your group. That's your safety net. They hold you accountable. They can say, you drank too much, or you've been out too long. Come on, we need to go back to the hotel. They hold you accountable and they keep you safe, and I think that's very important.
Definitely.
Yes.
I think a lot of people have a misconception where it's okay to go out during the day, leaving the hotel, walking to the beach just by yourself. Maybe if your friends wanted to stay in and watch
very
TV,
dangerous.
but
It's very
I think
dangerous.
at all times of the day, especially for females, like you said, it's
Yes.
very dangerous, and you can put yourself in uncomfortable predicaments.
Purple.
Yep.
Don't forget purple.
Is there any other tips you can give to the Piedmont students about how to be safe in spring break?
There's actually some really interesting ones that I found. If you go to Google and you search on news like CBS or ABC, they give you some great tips for spring break. And some interesting ones that I found were, don't stay on the first floor. I thought that was very interesting because they said that thieves usually go to the first floor to steal stuff. And another one was don't drink in a hot tub because your blood pressure goes down and alcohol can really hurt you. And always carry cash. Always carry cash. Never have a credit card. My dad actually told me the other day that identity theft, the crime for identity theft is actually rising really rapidly, and he actually got his identity stolen. So always carry cash, never a card. you know, you don't want anything bad to happen. That's a lot of money that you're trying to spend on spring break, you know, so I think that's very important.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Oh God, that'd be very scary if you lose a card.
First floor hotel tip, definitely.
I know, I thought that was
stuck
very
with
interesting.
me.
Yeah,
I've always been kind of wary, you know, like I think I'm very paranoid about situations like that. I'm cautious. And so I would always be like, oh no,
I know,
there's a
I know.
window next
People
to my bed.
are scared to stay on the 13th floor because of the superstition, but no, don't stay on the first floor. That's my superstition.
Yeah,
don't
that's
stay on the first
definitely.
floor.
And I think it's important to not only that, but stay with a group of people in your hotel room. Don't be just the only one.
Oh yeah, because strangers are paying attention to you. They're looking. You don't think that people are watching you and looking at you, especially men, like for women, but they are. They are. And when you're young, it's just, you got to stay safe, and that's the most important thing. So.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for your
tips.
Thank
Of course.
It was really useful, and I think everyone learned a lot from your tips.
Hope so.
Thank you so much.
I hope so.
Definitely.
Stay tuned for more spring break on PC Today.
We've got some more great travel tips when you come back.